Well, this person is not a believer in day trading. He has some harsh words for us as day traders, and I want to address this comment because it is a very big educational lesson. Because to be fair to this person, they're not totally wrong. They bring up valid scenarios, they bring up some valid points, but there's also some problems with the logic. There's some problems with the accusation and harsh words. So I want to address that, because what I would hate to happen is, first off, for you to just not ever try day trading because you see this sort of comment, you see this sort of logic, you get discouraged and you never ever try. Or I also want to address and make sure that you fall into the world of reality. You're not out there in magical fantasy land where things seem to be one way, but they're actually not. So those are the two things I want to accomplish. I want to prevent you from being discouraged to even try, but I also want to make sure you're grounded in reality. So let's get to this comment. No matter how much money you earn from gambling, so there we have it. We once again have the claim of gambling. But I mean, what is he actually saying is gambling? Day trading, trend trading, futures, all are gambling. Now, nothing new here. I've addressed this topic over and over again in terms of, oh, well, you day traders, you're just gamblers, it's gambling and all that. But like I said, there's some other choice words here that just say, whoa, 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 let's slow down here, buddy. One day you will return all your gambling income plus the happiness of your life as interest to the casino. Now, I don't know if this person's doing projecting, meaning, it's happened to them and now they're just projecting it and making these generalized statements. And if that's the case, I really do feel bad for that person. That's kind of a buzzkill statement to say, is you're gonna trade back and give back your life happiness. That's very dramatic. So I hope that's not what happened to this person, but this is where we need to take a step back and set up a couple different categories. So there are two categories out there. There is degenerate gambler and there is risk management. So way to look at it is this: crossing a busy street is gambling. In fact, you're gambling with something more valuable than money. You're gambling with your life. Now, right away you're saying, Clay, that's a terrible example. The reason why it's a terrible example is because as little kids, you're taught to look both ways. And the reason why you're taught to look both ways is because you're managing risk. By looking both ways, you can increase the odds and probabilities that you're not going to get turned into road pizza by a semi-truck. And you know what? Absolutely right. That is absolutely right. That's why it's kind of a dramatic and bad example. But nonetheless, that doesn't take away from the fact that it is still a gamble with your life. My point is if you're in the risk management side of gambling, aka crossing the street, then you are looking for good scenarios. You're looking for good setups. You're looking to manage risk. You're looking to look both ways before you enter into a trade. But then there is this other category where you just show up and you say, listen, I don't want to pay for a plane ticket to go out to Las Vegas. I'm here to gamble. I'm here to have fun. So let's go out there and have fun. Maybe you're just a total degenerate. I don't know, but you're just in the have fun category, which is have fun doing what? Well, have fun gambling. So these are the two categories that I want to establish right now, because you're going to see this person is kind of hopping around and making a lot of assumptions based in the, hey, let's just have fun, or let's just be a degenerate gambler, or let's just, not take this seriously category. You can put those all in that same category. I'm not here to take it serious. I'm here to have fun. But there is this other category, the risk management category, so keep that in mind. Such situations happen every day in countries with casinos. Now, this is where things get a little kind of murky, because to be fair to this person, I mean, that's true. I'm sure these situations, as sad as they are, happen every day in countries with casinos because, well, that's what casinos are. It's gambling for fun. It's gambling without any sort of strategy. Now, yes, you can go and, earn account cards and blackjack and poker, but I'm not really calling about that being gambling. I would argue that's actually not gambling, because you can give yourself an edge, which is why the casino will break your kneecaps if it sees that you're counting cards. I'm talking about more so the slot machine, type of gambling. Or a better way to put this, have you ever heard of a slot machine professional? Have you ever heard of a roulette wheel professional? I have not. What I have heard of, though, is professional traders. How can you have professional traders if trading is gambling? Well, because, again, in that category, you can take probably or better probability of risk. You can find yourself an edge. What you can't do in this category at a slot machine is give yourself any sort of edge. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not aware of any professional slot machine players. I'm aware of poker players that are professionals because, again, you can give yourself an edge in poker. But slot machines, not existing. So just because people lose money in casinos and countries Yeah, that does prove that people lose money as gambling. And if you want to say that the market is a casino, I get that parallel. But that doesn't mean that everybody that is in that category is losing money because of the implication, well, it's just a casino and it's all just random. No. That's the wrong category. Therefore, you should stop faster, read more true stories about this, understand it, and stop completely. And this is the problem. And this is where I want to offer you up some hope, maybe avoid some discouragement. Where yes, I do agree where if you're in this category and you think that maybe you're treating it right, maybe you think you're doing it right because you watch a couple of YouTube videos, but you're not seeing any success, you keep giving back your gains. The problem is not, well, it's because it's casino and that's just what happens to everybody. No, the problem is you don't quite know what you're doing. Now, if you're in the category just because, well, I'm here for a degenerate gambler, I'm here to have fun, I don't expect to make money, well, it's a little bit different. So even this category has categories within it, but I don't want to make it that complicated. My whole point is that this person has reached the wrong conclusion. Hey, if you're losing money and you give back your gains, just stop because it's all a casino. No, that's false. You should just stop and learn how to get yourself into this category. Learn to manage risk. So that is the wrong solution to your problem. So right then and there, that's where I want to just say, no. Before you give up, just consider, what category have you been in? Have you been in the category, well, I'm trying to manage risk. Oh yeah? Like, so what have you done for risk management? Well, I watch, 2 10-minute videos on YouTube for risk management. I know how to manage risk. No, you don't. You definitely don't, okay? It takes more than that. So make sure you're being serious with yourself. Don't lie to yourself about what category you're actually in. 10 gamblers, 10 losers, losing their fortune. Well, I mean, again, how are you defining gambler? 10 gamblers. 10 gamblers in this category? I fully agree. If you're in that category as 10 gamblers, you're eventually going to give back your gains, give back your wins. But 10 gamblers in this other category? Now, that doesn't mean that people aren't going to do that because trading is hard. So I'm not trying to apply that. Well, if you just treat it seriously, you're for sure guaranteed to make money. That's not my claim. I'm just claiming that you can't just say, oh, if you're 10 gamblers, they're all 10 going to lose their money. Well, if that was the case, there'd be no such thing as professional traders. Now, if you want to talk again, if you want to replace gamblers with slot machine players, then sure. I have no problem with that at all. But again, 10 poker players, 10 blackjack people that can count cards, 10 traders that treat it seriously, that manage risk in this category. No, you can't just say, therefore, 10 failures. That's not how it works. That's what I mean by this person's blending truths, blending categories. Accumulating wealth takes time and patience. Do not expect to get rich overnight. Now that I fully agree with, and that's a good kind of reminder if you were not aware of that. It's not going to happen overnight. If you want to accumulate wealth, then it's just got to be consistency. And that's why I did reply back to this person. Well, in this video, where did I claim that any of this could happen overnight? Because if you're not new to the channel, you know that I'm constantly talking about, hey, if you're here to like swallow a magic pill and be driving a Lamborghini tomorrow or next week or next month, that's not going to happen. So I wanted to give this person credit's due. Yes, accumulating wealth takes time. Trading is a way to accumulate wealth, but you're not just going to show up and make a bunch of money very quickly right away. Now, I know I know and I understand why people can think that because in the day and age of social media, but the reality is, no, you've got to take your time. You've got to slowly let things accumulate in your favor. Small gains, consistency do add up over time, but it is over time, not overnight. So that's what I wanted to address here because some very harsh words, giving back your happiness of life. I mean, that's a really bad spot to be in. And, I'm not quite sure how you reach that from a gambling. I guess if you're using money you shouldn't be using to lose. But and day trading can definitely be frustrating. But like I said, a lot of false equivalencies going on in this video, a lot of messing and kind of conflating categories together and making a mess of things. So at the end of the day, you've got to just be honest with yourself. What category are you in? And if you're not in the right category, either get in the right category or just realize that you are going to give back your gains. The market will get its money back. And I realize it can love to build up your hope, but it will get it back. So on that angle, this person's absolutely right. But you can't make the blanket statement that all traders are the same kind of gambling and therefore everybody is going to fail, give back their gains, give back their life happiness. Not quite how it works. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.